as you fall into, surrender to alignment, I think you begin to realize that much of the motivation, much of the drive, much of the quest for achievement that we govern our lives by and sacrifice so much. I hear so many stories of people, taking a job in another city so you can make more money, and then you see your family on the weekends. It's like, whoa, what story is informing decisions like that? And these aren't people that are starving. These people with money that need to make enough money. So, but as we recognize that achievement is not really the highest form of success. Achievement is a fairly mundane, and I'd say a lower vibration. It's the conquest need. It's it's as we evolve as people, we don't need to conquest. We don't need to own. We don't need to beat. We don't need to win. We need to be in harmony. That's the evolution of consciousness. That's if there is an evolution, if there is a way out of self-destruction as a species, it's evolving to the understanding of that harmony is the goal, that the flow is the goal, not domination, and that is what I was saying earlier, that domination, that is a human me against the world mentality. Me against the world does not lead to peace. Becoming one with the world is what leads to peace. You will never be at peace if it's you against the world, no matter how much power you get. No matter how much land and money and wives. Those are not paths to peace. Those are paths to more war, because you're still fighting the world, damming up the flow. There's a video that you may have seen. It's a compilation of all these Will Smith quotes of interviews of him saying stuff like, never make a backup plan, because then, that's just taking energy away from the desire to win. There is no second place. And there's all these quotes that, as you listen to them, they're very inspiring. Like, yeah, win. He says something like, if I'm in the gym, you better not get on the treadmill next to me, because I'll fall down and die before I get off before you. It's like, really? That doesn't sound like a very fun way to live. And yet, as I'm listening to it, I was getting inspired. I almost shared it. Yes, I want to share this video. It's so got me riled up. Winning, yes, excellence, achievement. That is not a way towards peace. That is the path towards constant fighting. Not with other people, but with your sense of satisfaction, happiness, joy. So it is a huge, smack in the face to the status quo to say, I'm fine. I don't really need much more. I mean, people often give me suggestions on how to grow Hug Nation, and how to, build it, get more of an audience, but luckily I had Jacob Glass as this role model, as someone who has very vocally talked about those pressures sometimes and come to a place of look, my goal is peace. My goal is alignment. My goal is not popularity. My goal is not, I'm in service to the universe. That's my job. That's my boss. And if he thinks that I should be working with more people, he'll make that happen. I will be put in the right place in the right time to have more people listening. There are more people listening now than there was a year ago. Is it because I marketed more? Nope. It's because I changed my shift several years ago to my job is show up, be in love, be in integrity, and be present. Then I let go. And then the alignment steers what happens next. The flow answers. And I have faith. that anything that I could decide, anything that I could choose, any physical image of a destination that I could come to will be dwarfed, infantile, because it comes from my brain versus surrendering. Now, that being said, I am beginning to believe more and more that taking time to be quiet and listen and feel, be aware of destinations, and then writing them down, making them more concrete so that the universal flow actually can better facilitate that direction, that there's value to that too. But that process of listening to that plan is delicate. You have to constantly ask, is this the flow informing this thought? Or is this some old value system? Is this some old desire of pride, of ego, of pleasing my father, something like that? Is that why I think I should do this? Or is the reason why I'm not doing it, is that because I'm surrendering to the flow, or am I fearful of taking a chance? That's often, I think, the thing that I struggle with is am I being overly still, even though the current is actually saying, yeah, you should probably paddle in that direction. Take a stand. Be a leader. Publish a book. Do a lecture. Go on tour. And I don't put it into a vision board. I don't make it physical because I'm afraid. And then my ego mind then goes in reverse and justifies inactivity as being, I'm unattached. It gets tricky. So, alignment is loving things as they are and not, let's see, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get, not forcing expectations. That's a huge part of it. Yes, I am archiving. Hello, Keith. So I think the question was to try to explain what I say alignment means. What is love and alignment? Okay, so if you watch last week's archive, I put the whole thing up, and I was talking a lot about alignment, and it's been one of the only things that I've been thinking about lately. So it makes sense that I'm actually hitting it again. Is that let me actually do a little stop and start here just for the heck of it.